Yo, what is up, family? Well. Billy's back. Your boy with the beach ball is back, baby. Yeah, we're about to do a Bears video. So, we're out of the playoffs, y'all. I'm not gonna say it was unexpected because I kind of expected it. We got blown out by the Packers. Excuse me. We got blown out by the Packers week 17, but slithered our way into the playoffs somehow. So of course I'm hoping against all hopes that we can beat the New Orleans Saints. It's silly for me to get my hopes up, man. You know, especially being a Bears fan for all my life. You know, it's really depressing to say that because it's like you want to have your hopes up, right? As a sports fan, you want to have your hopes up to be like, yeah, my team can do it. Oh, they can endure. They can. No, man. I don't know what it is. People come out and say, and you'll hear analysts say here and there, you know, you don't need a quarterback. You know, you don't absolutely need a quarterback to win in the NFL. Look at the two quarterbacks that are playing in the Super Bowl right now. Tom Brady has been top three. I just say top three because I personally, like, he's won more than Peyton Manning. He's won more than Drew Brees, but give me Drew Brees all day. You know? So he's been up at the top tier quarterbacks for 20 years now. And playing against Patrick Mahomes, which is right now, this generation, the hottest quarterback in the game. Easily. So you can listen to people say, and technically you don't need a superstar quarterback to win, you know, but the defenses needed to balance that out. Those don't come around every often. Those don't come around very often. You know, we would need like a 2006 Bears defense in order to do that. And even then, we had Rex Grossman, which was a little above average quarterback. You know, I don't know, man. We're wasting this defense. We're wasting this defense is what we're doing. Like we last year we kept Danny Trevathan and got rid of Nick Kwiatkowski, and I think that contributed to our defense slipping. Because Nick's younger. Danny Trevathan may have a better resume, but Nick's younger. You know, we could have wrapped him up for a while, for 3, 4, 5 years, whatever you want to do, you know. And he was only getting better. He was ascending. You know, the past couple of years, at least from what I've seen, Danny Trevathan was showing a decline. And he's getting old. That happens. You know, no real disrespect to him, but that happens sometimes. You know, as you get older, your body breaks down. Things just don't work like they used to. You know, so we got rid of Nick. You know, I think that was a nice inside linebacker that we could have had, and I think we have more value from Danny Trevathan than you would have had in Nick Kwiatkowski as far as other teams. I think other teams would have given up more for Danny Trevathan as opposed to Nick Kwiatkowski, however you want to say his name, call him Ski. So, I mean, and that's just the linebacker position, right? And then you had Akeem Hicks out at least half of the season. And you had Eddie Goldman not playing. Like, so Raheem Hicks is playing on the end, right? He's an end. And then you got Eddie Goldman, big, talented ass, right in the middle, plugging up them holes. Excuse me. So running backs weren't going anywhere. And then this year, he declined. Which, COVID, he's protecting his family and all that stuff. Good for him. Let him do his thing. It just hurt us. You know what I mean? It just hurt the Bears. But hey, Eddie Goldman, do what you gotta do. You feel like that's what you do to protect your family, you do that. Hey, you don't question another man like in that sense, right? So let him do his thing. So let's see, front three, that's what we were missing. Big, huge chunk. Big, huge, that would take 2 blockers, right? That'd take the center and the guard. And then you got Akeem Hicks, probably on a one-on-one. You got one of those other guys on a one-on-one. And then Khalil Mack coming off the side. And then Robert Quinn was supposed to be, like, we gave him a huge contract. He was supposed to come in and he just didn't perform. But like I said, I think we gave that contract out with the presumption that we would have had Eddie Goldman. When I really believe that decision that Eddie Goldman made to protect his family, to take care of his loved ones, no disrespect to him at all, that decision really hurt us. Like on front three specifically, but I mean at all levels of the defense. It just hurt the defense overall. So our defense took a dip, right? And now Chuck Pagano retires. I mean, okay, the defense never really performed really, really well with him. He's always been a good coach. He was a good coach with the Colts. I don't think he was horrible with us. He's just not Vic Fangio. Like I was heartbroken when we lost Vic Fangio. Like he's good. I mean, he was a good coach for years and years and years. I don't know. Like I guess in coaching, like head coach in the NFL is top. Like you wouldn't want to do anything else. You work your whole life to get to that level, and as soon as you have the ability to get there, you get there. But I would have loved to see Vic Fangio stay as our defensive coordinator for a long time. Shit, I would have liked to see him as our head coach. Whoa, because man, Nagy's not doing it. But at least from what I see, in my opinion. So we promoted some coordinator, some assistant coach, to defensive coordinator. We'll see. I'll have to do a little bit more research on this guy to see exactly who he is and what he's all about, and what kind of defense he runs. Jerome Calzone. And I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see if we have Eddie Goldman next year. We'll see how. I mean, this whole thing is gonna play out wild. I mean, it's still, COVID's not over. Just because Biden's here, COVID's not over. You know what I mean? So hopefully we can get Eddie Goldman back. Hopefully they do something to lock up Akeem Hicks, because I mean, I'd like to see him win a chip. I'd like to see him win a ring. I would love to see him win with us, though. I would love to see him win one with us. Yeah, I don't know that. So that covers our front three, because we run a 3-4 defense, right? So that covers our front three. We missed Eddie Goldman. That was huge for us. So our linebackers, right? I already talked about Kwiatkowski. I already talked about Ski a little bit. And Danny Trevathan, Roquan Smith's having another big year. Another big year, man. Oh, I would have loved to see him and Ski next to each other. Man, that would have been great. Khalil Mack, another year without double-digit sacks. Come on, man. Like, what? But that's another... The middle of the line affects everything. You know, it would have contained a double team, and then you got one-on-ones all across the field. But come on, man. Mac Attack it didn't come to Chicago this year. Like I was saying, Robert Quinn, we shelled out that contract. That didn't work out. Seemed like everybody had a down year, man. Eddie Jackson was not playing well at all. Kyle Fuller, I'm not a huge Kyle Fuller fan, but he didn't show up. You know, I don't think he really shows up a lot, but he definitely didn't show up this year, you know. And the rookie's playing decent, you know. But Jalen Johnson, that's the rookie's name. Eddie Jackson had a bad year. Dude playing next to him, like, nobody had a great year. Nobody had a standout year. You know, like, you flip the ball on the offense. I believe David Montgomery ran for over almost 1,100 yards this year, and we don't even feature him in the offense. Like, man, next year's got to be different. Next year has got to be different. Like, Matt Nagy has got to... Like, you got to look at the previous year and see what you did well, what you didn't do well, implement the things you did do well, and tweak the things you didn't do well to make them more like the things you did do well. Like, I know it's a simplistic view of all of it, but it's that easy, you know what I mean? Like, ain't nothing to it but do it, right? So it's gotta be a much better year, man. And Mitch, Mitch, the quarterback controversy is gonna be interesting this year because we still got Nick Foles. We still got him for another year. Man, don't even get me started on that. I did not want Nick Foles at all, especially when there was still Cam Newton out, but that's a whole nother thing. So we're still going to have Nick Foles for 1 year. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Trubisky this offseason, because I'm pretty sure they didn't pick up his option. So I don't even know if he's signed with us in the 2021 season. Oh, I don't even know. And I don't think we, as the Chicago Bears fan base, I don't think we're going to allow Nick Foles to be the starter for this team next year. Unless he comes out the gate hot, like white hot, I don't think we're gonna stand for it. I'm gonna come up here on this video every week next season unless Nick Foles is on fire. Where is he? What's he doing? Because we're paying him like, we're not paying him Drew Brees money. We're not paying him Tom Brady money. We're not, but we're I think he's getting $20 million a year, which ain't nothing to shake a stick at. Like that's a good little amount of money. That's a lot of food stamps. And I don't know, man. I don't know. The quarterback thing's gonna be very funny this year. And so next year we should have Tariq Cohen back as a running back. I'm not sure if he's gonna be starting. You know what I mean? He's been out all year pretty much. He got hurt in the beginning of the year. I'm not sure which game, but I know it was early. he got hurt, so he's been out all year. David Montgomery, like I said, had a over 1,000-yard season, so I would think he would be first string. I would think you would bump him up. No, has showed nothing in the preseason. He showed a spark. He gave our offense a spark. In a couple games, I think he had, if I remember correctly, he had like a run or two that was decent, right? That you're like, oh, okay. We had a guy Pierce come in, one game score a touchdown or two, like it, So we have quality in the backfield. I just don't. It's interesting because the draft every year, you have an idea of what position your team is going to go for, but most teams are best player available, so it's interesting to try to evaluate these positions before the draft, because you don't know what position your team is going to go for. So offensive line obviously needs work, but there's no better time than the present. And once again, as a Bears fan, I'm excited for this year. Or this upcoming year, or next year, I guess, because the Super Bowl hasn't even been played. So I'm looking forward to next year. Offensive line, good. Tight ends, we obviously need work. Jimmy Graham, that may have been his last play as a Bear. And you know what? Like, just looking as a career, looking from the outside, that's a hell of a way to finish your career. In the final second of the game, you catch a seam pass over two defenders for a touchdown, and then just run straight into the bowels of the building. Like, that's a hell of an exit. There's just, boop, okay guys, see you later. That's perfect. So if he wants to ride out in sunset, what a career, buddy. Jimmy Graham, what a career. I don't think he'll be a Hall of Famer, but he'll be very well regarded. And our other tight ends, I'm not sure. I don't even know who we got. I think we let go of Ben Broniker last year. So got me, man. I don't know at all. Wide receiver position, Allen Robinson. I heard a couple days ago that he's asking a lot. Which, hey man, get your money. He's been performing for us all year. I remember a few catches where it was just like, I haven't seen a wide receiver in a Bears uniform make a catch like that ever. So he's always there, man. He's reliable. He's our number one receiver all the time. So if we can't get him, it's going to be depressing. But if we could get rid of him for, first rounder, couple twos, I'd be all right with that. And the rest of our wide receiving core we got Anthony Miller, which before this year, I would have been praising. I would have been like, yeah, hell yeah, man. This dude. And I don't know, he just had everybody, man. Everybody had a down year. He had a down year. Got booted out of the Packers or Saints game. One of those games got booted out of. It's like, come on, man. These are the times where you need to be here. You need to be here with us. And he's gone, man. He lost his temper or something. So it's like, whatever, man. Last year, I remember people saying the Bears needed help all around. And I was very optimistic about the season. I was like, no, we don't. What do you mean? We're good in all facets. And now it's like every position, especially on offense. Like I think our defense is pretty much solid. We need an inside linebacker to maybe not replace, but at least back up Danny Trevathan. We need an inside linebacker. I think the rest of our team is, or the rest of our defense is pretty much set. Get Eddie Goldman back, I think that is just, it'll start a ripple effect, and everybody will just start playing much better. As far as the offense, your guess is as good as mine. But I would love to hear y'all comment about the Bears. Where do you think we're going? And what direction do you think we're going to go in the draft? Because I really like following the Bears during the off season. So if anybody wants to leave comments, Facebook message me, whatever, we can talk about the Bears all day and night, man. I'm a Bears fan till I die. Bears, Bulls, man. I'm just Chicago represent all day. All day is sports. White Sox, not as much of a Cubs fan, but since I've been away from Chicago for over a decade, pretty much, I just gotta represent all Chicago team. I just gotta represent because that's the crib. You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm from, right? So it's, that's it. That's what it is. So we're gonna continue on this road. We're gonna drop Chicago sports. We're gonna share it with the world. Let's go. All right, y'all like, y'all share, y'all comment. That'll really help me out. That'll really get eyes on this channel if you guys comment. So if anyone wants to start a conversation, hell, if you want to leave a comment and just say hi, you know what I mean? I haven't heard from you in a while. You haven't heard from me in a while. Whatever, you want to send me a shout out, you know what I mean? Hi, maybe start a conversation, somebody you haven't seen in a while. That's cool, right? All right, so like, comment, share, subscribe, share it with all your friends. I'm gonna put this on Instagram, Facebook, hell, with Snapchat, maybe TikTok, who knows? But y'all tune in to Chicago sports, man. It's gonna be a great year next year for Chicago Bears, and if it's not, it'll be better next year. There's always next year as a Chicago sports fan. All right, man. Go Bears.